am here live in Växjö in Sweden, where LVI has its headquarters. This is where we develop, design, maintain, and manufacture all of our products. And in North America, we distribute the products via our subsidiary, LVI America. Let's start with a small PowerPoint just to get going with some facts on what to talk about today. So today in this webinar, we will focus on two camera solutions, two products. And in addition to that, we will also go through some accessories and key unique features from the camera different softwares. We will talk a little bit about some comparison between these two products that in one way are very similar, in other ways they are not. And at the same time, we are also still in the introduction phase of the MagniLink Mini. It's a new product from us, from LVI, that we showed at CSUN in March in a prototype stage, and the production is now starting in first half of it's starting now in first half of June, and we are very excited about that. The MagniLink Mini, it's a very small, very lightweight camera that connects to an iPad or a Windows PC. The weight is only 1.3 pounds. It comes in a carrying case. It has a true 10 times optical zoom full HD camera, and it can do near and far and mirror viewing, which I will show you later. You connect it to the PC or the iPad with the USB-C cable. Optional to it for iPad as of now, there will also be some AI functionality. We will take a look at that towards the end of this webinar. The background of this product is to come down in size and weight and to have a product that is as discreet as possible in oftentimes classroom environments. The MagniLink S is, as I said before, in many ways a similar product. It's a product we have had for quite some years now. Of course, we have done improvements over the years of the product based on feedback from all of you. It's one of our, let's call it, flagship product. It's just about 4 pounds camera that we designed from scratch, and we build it completely in our warehouse. It also comes in a carrying case. You can connect this product to a Windows PC, an iPad, same as the previous product, the MagniLink Mini, but also here you have the capability of connecting it to a Chromebook, a Mac, or directly to a monitor. This product, the MagniLink S, also has some additional accessories that you can choose between. We have various docking stations, and I will show you today a docking station solution with an XY table, and when I show it later, I will explain more why that could be a good option for some. If you have it with a docking station, you can also use an external control panel, which comes with the docking station. We also have a standalone portable XY table for those who prefer to use that, and I will show that as well. As I said, towards the end of the webinar, or the second half of it, we will dive into some AI features. We came out with AI functionality in our iPad software, and both of these cameras, as I said, connects to an iPad. So users with iPad have the option of adding AI functionality, and that will be in a 3-year license that you would purchase additionally to the camera. And when you have the AI will go through all of this later, but you have handwriting scanning, you have object recognition, you have graphs and diagrams recognition, math equations, photo description, and also communication with the camera and the software about anything that's underneath the camera. So let's say that it's a text. You can ask anything. What is this text about? Can you translate this text into Swedish? Can you tell me if Christopher is mentioned in the text? And the idea is to speed up the user's productivity when they are in, let's say, a classroom environment or a school environment, to use AI functionality to get faster to the answer or a solution if it's allowed and needed. And then we can come up with the contact information and thank you later. So Lizzie, you can stop sharing and then I will get going, right?
Right on.
Do you need to pinpoint me or anything, or am I good to go?
You are pinned on my end. Kimberly, is he pinned on your end?
Yep, it looks good.
Okay, thank you. So we will start with the MagniLink S. I'm holding the MagniLink S in my hand now. As I said before, it's just above a 4-pound product. You open and close it in 3 steps. So I always prefer to have 2 parts in my one hand. I grab the third part. I hear a click. I pull out the legs as my second step. And then the main arm, I push it up, and I have the camera ready to be placed on a table. Before I do so, on the back of the unit, I don't know how well it's showing, but I have a USB-C port. In the middle, I have an HDMI port, and to the right, I have an RJ45 port. The USB-C port is the one that will be mostly be used when I connect it to, again, a PC, iPad, Chromebook, or Mac. The HDMI is the one I will use when I connect it directly to a monitor. On the foot of the product, I have a control panel. I have magnification, brightness, autofocus on and off, reference lines, and artificial colors. I can also turn on and off and dim the lamp here, and I can mirror the image and rotate the image with these buttons. But that's all I can do here. All other functions I need to do from the software I have with the computer I'm connected to. And these are all, of course, also available in the software as short commands or from a menu I will show you in a bit. But these controls are the ones I will be using when I have it connected directly to a monitor. The connection module on the back, the one with the USB-C port, the HDMI port, and RJ45 port, is easily detachable. And that is for 2 reasons. One, to speed up service support. There are times when these ports are being jammed by a wrong cable or a cable that's forced in on the side or something. So we made the service part of that easier by being able to replace a module instead of having the whole unit being sent in. The other reason is when you connect it to a docking station, and I will come back to that. The camera arm swings out on both sides. So right here in my set, I have it placed very close to my laptop. It's a Windows PC that I will demonstrate this product with. It's just side by side with the laptop to save space. I'm going to swing over on the left side as well to show you that it could also have been placed on the other side of the laptop if I prefer so, or if I'm a left-handed person, for example. So the arm swings out and the camera can rotate towards myself for mirror viewing or further away in any direction, up and down, left and right, to do distance viewing. And it's very easy with only one hand to go back and forth. The product is very sturdy in that way. So back and forth between far viewing and near viewing. So let's connect to my computer. So I have one USB-C cable connecting to my computer, and there is no battery on the product. It takes the power from the computer, so you don't need to worry about the battery. I will have you come in a bit here. I will start our application. It's also compatible with screen readers like ZoomText and Dolphin Supernova. I start the application or the software, and we are up and running. So what's being displayed on the screen of the computer now is what's underneath the camera. I'm coming in with my hand, and we're live. You can do. I will come in a bit further. Now we'll focus on the screen or the software. Let's see, we have some glare from the. Let's see if that may be better. I can have full view of the camera view. I can control it with key commands on the keyboard. I can control it from the controls I showed you before that's on the foot of the product. So if I hit the plus, it will magnify. If I hit minus, it will decrease the magnification. If I do the arrow up on the keyboard, arrow down, it's doing the same. I'm also able to press Control H to open a function bar or menu bar within the software. And with the mouse pointer or touch, if I have a touch screen, which I actually do now, I'm also able to play with these menu icons. Most users will be using short commands on the keyboard, but the menu is good for demonstration purposes. If you are demoing this product every now and then, you may not remember all of the short commands. This is helpful, as well as for people around the user, like a teacher or a parent or a friend. This may be useful for support. We have all the basics, so we can change the artificial colors. We can go back to natural. We can add reference lines, masking, do manual focusing, go to overview mode to come out and see where I am for navigation in the document. Press again to go back. There's a lot you can do here, as I like to call it, basic video magnification features. But you also have quite a lot more on this little camera solution. I don't know how well it's shown on your end, but here it says picture, save and open. So I can directly from here just save what we see or what's underneath the camera or in front of the camera. Save as a picture file or image file, PNG, JPEG, and so on. I can open a previously saved image, or if I have an image that's being sent to me via email or I download something from the internet, I can open that directly from within the software. And the short commands for these would be F5 to save and F6 to open, just to, again, remind you that short commands are available for anything here, all the functions. Video recording, so I can start a video record if I'm allowed to. We can also disable that permanently if it's not allowed by the school or in sensitive corporates. But some like that feature to be able to record a session, to be able to play back when they get home to do the homework, for example. I can also open previously recorded videos or videos that I have downloaded or sent to me. We got some more, as I call it, the basics. OCR. So let's see if we can, it will scan a full page, but we can, with this page, since we have a big picture, we can just cover the text here like that. So I do F4 on the keyboard.
Set some 40 kilometers off Iceland's northern coast. This windswept sliver is home to one of Europe's most remote settlements and a thriving seabird population.
And it starts to read very fast. Again, to keep up the productivity of with the user. This is what we call the actual image. I can magnify that, and I will see where I am in the text. And the text, the word that's being read out loud is shown underneath. But I can change these viewing modes to whatever viewing mode I prefer. Align, the word in the center, the full text, and so on. Play backward and forward in the text. Scan multiple pages. So I can scan this text. I slide in another text and I scan that as a second page by press and hold F4. And it will be appended behind the first page so that I can have it read multiple pages in once. If we go back to the first side of this menu bar, it says document, save, and open. So I said before, you can video record and you can save images. So we are saving what's being seen by the camera as an image file. But now I have scanned the text. So now I'm able to save this as a document file. So I can save it as a Word file, PDF file, a TXT file, or an audio file, a WAV file. So I could, in theory, save this as a Word file, open a Word, and do edits to this text about Grimsey, Iceland's northern coast. Open, so I can directly from the software, either Alt F6 or from here, open a file I had. Again, something that was sent to me via email, something I downloaded, or something I have saved from earlier. I can just simply open. I don't know what we have here on this demo computer, but now we get over to Windows. I would be using a screen reader to magnify this part because now we are in the Windows environment, and I can just press on whatever I want to open, and boom, it will open that and do text-to-speech to that digital file. That's something we added a couple of years ago, and that's something that was highly asked for before we added it and highly appreciated now since we added it. We go back to live camera, so I'm toggling between three main tabs here, or three main menus. We got the live camera with the functions coming up below that's related to the live camera. We have the OCR tab that's related to the OCR. So this is my last scanned image where I can do settings and features for OCR. And we have something we call Notepad. So we go back to live and I go over here. I press either F7 on the keyboard or I press up here. What's happening is it's taking what was underneath the camera to our magnification tool, meaning that I have, let's say, a simple paint area within our software where I can rotate the image. I can use a pen to write in the image. If I have a touch, that would be easier. I can highlight. So let's do a pen. It's showing on the right here the size of the pen and the color of the pen. So I can change that if I want to. Now it's red and somewhat small. So I can, for example, then underscore a couple of words if that's what I want to do. I can go up here to the highlighter, and that would be the same color and size, and that would be my highlighter, so I can highlight some text or words. I can also add a text box, same thing, size, and the color. So by pressing anywhere on the screen, I'm adding a text box. I write hello, and I am able to, let's see. It's been a while since I did this specific one, but you are able to move it around and place it where you want it to be. And you can manipulate the text afterwards as well. If I regret it, I can always undo. When I've done some edits to my image, I can directly from here save and send it to my teacher or my friend or my parents or whoever it is. I scan this from the camera, but if I had a digital file, I could have opened that directly from here as well. Control O would have been the key command to open something I have digital on my computer and do these notepad edits. So that was, yes.
I believe the answer is no, but there is no way to have the icons on the top of the screen read aloud without like a screen reader, correct?
So you have, let me see here. You have the it says read commands.
On.
So I don't remember if it's reading the actual.
Increase light. CTRL plus increase light. CTRL plus 7.
So it's reading the function where I'm standing on. It's also reading the keystroke on the keyboard.
Take picture. F5.
Take picture F5. That's the keystroke for that. So I guess the answer is sort of yes. I will turn that off.
Read commands.
I will have you coming out like that. As we said in the PowerPoint when we rushed through that, this camera solution, the MagniLink comes with some or has some optional accessories. One is a portable XY table. So it's a very thin, full page XY table that moves on wheels, X and Y. So I place it underneath the camera. And now I can go with the XY table up and down and on the side, left and right. And this is an option or an accessory for those that need some stability. Maybe they have some issues with shaking hands or so, or just prefer when they read in high magnification to have some more smoothness to the movement of the paper or the object versus moving the actual paper on the desk. So this is one accessory that we have for both of these products, of course, because it's not really related to any camera solution. It's a standalone XY table that was developed for this product, but fits other products as well because it's a standalone product. I will place it here on the side. The other accessory that we have mentioned is what we call a docking station. So I will unplug the camera. I told you before that you can remove this module in the back. One reason is for the service purposes. Another reason is because now I'm going to fold the camera like that. So I've only opened the upper arm. That would normally be the first step when you open the product. And I stop there. Let's make sure I have you in the picture here. I will come a bit closer to make sure you So I got the camera like this. The XY table has a tower on the back. So I just simply touch on the top, the tower with the MagniLink S, and then I just slide it down and I just follow the tower and click. Now this little portable camera that works as a standalone camera, like you've just seen, for distance, far reading, near readings, self mirror viewing. Now we just transform this little portable camera into a workstation or a solid, sturdy desktop video magnifier. In the PowerPoint, we showed you two pictures of the docking station. The most popular or common one is the one with the XY table. That's the one I have here. So this little portable camera now is transferred into a docking station, giving me this large and very sturdy, nice XY table with friction brakes in both left, right, and up, down. The other options will be a docking station without the XY table, so just a plate, but if you want to add some sturdiness to the product. And the third option will be a docking station with a clamp, so you attach it to the back of the table or on the side of the table. But they are all as easy as this one. So when I'm done, this is my office or my main classroom, I prefer to have a docking station because I prefer that sturdiness, and I prefer to have this large, nice XY table when I'm reading most of my text or work with bookbinders or whatever it may be. But when I'm on the go to the next classroom or to a meeting room or to bring the product back home with me, I simply just grab it on the top, just above the docking station, and I just pull it upwards. And then I have my camera. The reason you need to remove the module is because it will not connect with the USB-C, HDMI, and RJ45 port. It connects with an actual docking port that's built inside of the unit. So I don't forget. Since we are blocking the controls on the camera when it's in the docking station, we have an external controller that you connect to the Ethernet port that's on the back of the unit. If you have it connected to just a monitor with the docking station, or if you prefer to actually use these tactile buttons over key commands or touch gestures. Are there any questions so far, Lizzie? If not, I will just keep moving on.
Not right now.
All right, good. So I will remove the docking station accessory. And then I will come up with the new camera, the MagniLink Mini. The camera that's just above 1 pound in weight. It's very small, very lightweight, and it can be used very discreet in, for example, a classroom. Mirror viewing, far reading, anywhere in the classroom, up, down, left, right, and near reading, all in one package. For this short demonstration, I will connect it to an iPad. It works with iPads with USB-C port, with M2 chipset or greater. We close the PC for now. Same thing here, no battery on the camera. It takes the power from the computer or the iPad. I will connect it to the USB-C port here on the iPad. iPads only offer one USB-C port, so if I'd like to have the ability to to charge it or have, let's say, a mouse and a keyboard connected to it, wired or so, I would use a hub that would give me more USB ports. This camera comes with a tripod stand solution. So I can simply just pull out the 3 legs to the bottom of its location, and I'm ready to place the camera anywhere on the table, preferably next to the computer. As I said, I will go ahead and start the application that's downloadable from the App Store. Some are, for the most part, looking for a distance camera, a camera that will do far viewing. This can be used as short as it is here now. It's just above the height of the iPad for far reading or distance viewing. So I just take the camera and I point it in far direction, anywhere I want, left, right, up, down. And this is as discreet as it can be. Looks beautiful next to a computer or an iPad. If I'm either sitting further back in the classroom and I need to come up a bit higher, or I'm also going to use this camera for some near reading, I need to pull up the tripod stand. Now I'm still doing far reading here. It's looking in distance, but now I'm also able to go and do near reading by looking down. So we're looking here at the same object as I used before, and now I will have you come in closer to the iPad this time. I hope that's okay. The software we use for iPads, it's also developed by us. It has basically the same functionality that we just went through on the PC, but it looks a little different. The graphical interface is a little different because it's a different software that is developed for iPad. But it also has a menu like the other one where you can do some settings. That's where we quickly went in on the other product to turn on the read commands feature, and then we went in again and turned it off. But here you can do all sorts of settings. I go out. I also have a function bar in the bottom of this software. If I want to magnify, I hit the plus. I can also do, if I have a touchscreen, which this obviously is, since it's an iPad, I can also do gestures. I can also have a keyboard connected and do short commands for all the functions. So we will not go through the functions because they work the same as you just saw with the OCR, the video recording, save images, document handling, notepad feature, etc., etc. But what we will take a look at here with this product, and it's because it's connected to an iPad, so it could have been the previous product, the MagniLink S, as well, because it's also connecting to an iPad using exactly the same software. AI. So AI is an optional 3-year license. With AI, we scan whatever is underneath or in front of the camera, and then we are using AI within our software with a graphical interface developed for users with low vision. And we can communicate about the text, an object, an image, the environment, the room, anything. And I will show you a few examples here. So we have this text. I scan with AI. It brought me over to the AI environment of the software. I can either type. So if I press, it gives me the digital keyboard. If I had an external keyboard, which I don't now, I could have typed. I can also speak by pressing the microphone logo down here. And I can ask anything here. Before we do that, there is also an orange frame here that says image functions. If I press it, I have 5 preset prompts, as they call it in AI language. So we have describe, meaning describe the image, describe short, so a shorter version or a shorter description. Handwriting, so if this were handwriting, which we will show in a minute, I press there. Invoice, if this were an invoice, I could use this preset invoice to scan an invoice and get the information I want from the invoice. What's the total amount? When is it due? How to pay it? And so on. And then we have OCR if I want to do a normal text-to-speech out of this. But we can do describe short here.
The text discusses Grimsey, a small Icelandic island. It is known for remote settlements, seabirds, and puffins. It is accessible by flights and ferries.
So it gave me a short description of the text. How to access the island.
According to the text, you can access Grimsey Island by 20-minute flights from the city of Akureyri.
So I asked an additional question about the text, how to access it. And if that is explained in the text, it gives me the results. And then I can continue forever, let's say, with asking questions about this. Translate. Now I'm ready to translate this into my language, which is Swedish. Read the text in Swedish.
Visst, har texten översatt till svenska. Belagit cirka 40.
I forgot. It's showing in Swedish, it's translated, but it's reading in English because I have the English Samantha here. So let me go into settings and find Swedish.
40 kilometer utanför Islands norra kust är denna vindpin.
I'm not expecting you to understand that, but now it's reading in Swedish. I go quickly back to change back to my favorite Samantha. What else can you do? Well, we have mentioned a few things. Let me go back to live view. Now I will slide under a picture showing different colored shapes. Just to show you that image recognition, describing objects, images, whatever it is, it's very, very powerful with the AI. So I put it under the camera, or if it were somewhere in the room, I can just point the camera to it. We press AI. It's capturing that image, taking me to this area. So at first I can say, for example, describe short.
The picture contains 16 colorful shapes.
And same thing here, I can ask anything. Are there any green shapes in the picture?
Yes, there is a green trapezoid and a green arrow in the picture.
So if we go back to live, we can confirm that's correct. There is one green and there is a green arrow. So that's correct. Very good. A long press on the AI button takes me back to AI without bringing a new information. So if I want to toggle between live camera and my AI conversation, if I have, which we now have, if I have multiple conversations, let's say I had one this morning and now one this afternoon, there is a 3 lines icon down here in the far down left. If I press, it gives me a menu with my previous conversations that I can either just press to go to or press to delete. Let's scan another one. Now I'm putting under a graph showing on the left vertical axle. It's showing me distance in kilometers, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. On the right, it gives me the time in hours, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have a line going slightly upwards here. And the same thing here. If I use very high magnification, it may be tricky for me to see where the line is crossing in time. So I have the option of just scan with the AI and simply ask. What should we ask? Let's see. How many hours does it take to reach 20 kilometers?
Based on the graph you sent, it takes 1 hour to reach 20 kilometers. The graph shows that at 1 hour, the distance is 20 kilometers.
And then it's giving me the answer. Lastly, or last but not the least, something we have been asked for years for all our video magnifiers is handwriting scanning. It has, let's say, worked, but not good at all. So basically, it has been useless until now. Thanks to AI, we are now able to capture handwriting and have it read out loud to us. So same thing here. I use AI to capture the image, a full page of handwriting, a letter from my friend, whatever it is. And then we ask it to read the handwriting.
Hello. Last week we were on vacation in Austria. It was nice.
And it's reading the text that I wrote about an hour ago. Lizzie and maybe Kimberly, I think that's kind of what I prepared. So we have, before we see if there are any questions, if we just make a 1-minute summarize, we have looked at two similar but different cameras. One that is more lightweight, more discreet, more portable. In the MagniLink Mini, that's the product we are releasing now. So it's a new product from LVI. It's using a 10 times optical zoom camera, full HD camera, giving you a very crisp image, both in far and near reading. And the first product, and the Mini connects to an iPad and a PC, Windows. The options you have for the Mini is text-to-speech is included with the Mini, by the way. The options you have is the portable XY table and AI license, a 3-year license, if you are an iPad user. The MagniLink S, the first product we looked at, it's slightly heavier, slightly bigger, but still very portable device. A bit more sturdy design, high quality materials, magnesium, aluminum, 10 times optical zoom camera, full HD, very crisp image for far and near reading. And here you have, it connects to more platforms. We're adding Chrome and Mac on this one, and directly to a monitor, which is sometimes a big difference. And here you also have the docking station accessories, as well as the portable XY table. Are there any questions, Lizzie? Will you help me to check on that?
Yes. So first, is there a way to get the camera to look down at a full 8.5 by 11-inch page without the page bumping against the tripod?
Yes. So the way, let me have you come in a little closer. Lots of back and forth with that camera. So, very good question. Thank you for asking. If we have the camera pointing straight downwards, it will not work. The answer to your question would be no, it's not working. You cannot see a full page. So to solve that, and the way we designed it is that you can tilt the camera or angle the camera, and just to be very, you don't need to go this way, but you can go very far. But to find a slight angle will give you access to a full page and more. And we worked hard on finding a good lens for that. That is a lens that is focusing in this length, as well as if I angle the camera and I look on the very far edge of the paper, it's a much longer length between the camera and the text in this case, but it focuses within this range. So we solved it by doing that. You angle the camera a little bit and you have access to a full page with no issues.
Wonderful. And from Nick Peterson, Christopher, I have really enjoyed the new AI on the iTab, but I'm wondering, is it possible to increase the size of the options once the AI captures the document, like description, handwriting, and voice, etc.?
Hey, Nick, thank you for that question. I'm zooming in again. So if I go over to the AI area, what we have now is that you can magnify the actual text as well as the menus, but the preset icons and that little those menus are not, we're not able to magnify them as of now. So most of it can be magnified, but not all. I wish I had an answer to why, but I don't.
I just want to make it very clear. This is Kimberly. Sorry to interrupt, but you guys, the AI is option on not just on the mini. The AI is an option with the MLS, excuse me, and the mini. It just needs to be connected to an iPad. So it's not like the mini is the only thing that can do the AI. Both products can do AI. Right now, AI is only working when a direct connect to an iPad. Eventually, we'll be releasing it with our tab product, but right now it only works with iPad, but that works with both the MLS and the mini.
Correct. Thank you, Kimberly.
And Annalie asked, so to clarify, can it record voice to text, or do you have to have AI?
So I'm thinking if I understand this correctly, it's only in the AI function in the software for iPad that where we currently have the ability to speak and so ask questions basically. That's only within the AI. You cannot do that anywhere else in the softwares as of now. Like you cannot say magnify and it will magnify. That's not possible. You can only speak to it within the AI feature on the iPad.
Does that answer your question, Annalie, or could you expand on that? Oh, she said thank you. Okay.
Okay, good.
Any other questions?
So just to clarify, you guys, Christopher did a great job on this, but these are questions that come up as we've been showing it. The MLS, PC, Mac, Chrome, iPad, monitor, 5 different things that the MLS can work with. The mini, iPad, PC. So they're both great products, but there are some differences. MLS has all those docking stations, all the other things that go along with it, being able to move the camera and those type of things. You can move the camera on the Mini as well, but it's on a tripod, so there is some limitations there. So just to understand, they're both great cameras, they're both great products. It really depends on what you're looking for yourself or for the end user.
All right, I think that's all the questions.